And welcome to Pathways to PGCC, a live, virtual, and interactive series brought to you by the Office of Recruitment and Admissions. This series explores opportunities for prospective students interested in attending Prince George's Community College. I'm your host, Marquino Stewart, Coordinator of Recruitment and Community Outreach. In the chat, you'll find my colleagues ready to answer your questions. No matter where you are in the process, we are here to help. Whether you're exploring your options, ready to apply, or prepared to register, this series is for you. Now, before we get started with today's topic, let's see who has joined us in the broadcast by doing a roll call. In the chat, tell us a city or town you're watching from, or shout out your high school. So let's see who we have joining us today. All right, Mimi from Fort Washington. Thank you so much for joining us today, Mimi. We appreciate you. All right, Shannon from Largo, right next door. Thanks so much for tuning in with us today and joining us. All right, who else do we have in the chat today? All right, Brandon from Clinton, Maryland. All right, thanks so much for tuning in today, Brandon. Brianna from Georgetown. Excellent. It's so great to see you all. Jennifer representing High Point High School. Excellent. All right, so we have several people in the chat. A big welcome to everyone. Thank you so much for joining us. All right, now let's get right into our topic for today. In this sixth installment of Pathways to PGCC, we'll be navigating the pathway that can lead you to a fulfilling career if you're interested in helping others, serving your community, keeping others out of harm's way, and making a difference. The Public Safety and Law Pathway. And to introduce this pathway, let's start with a brief and informative video.
Do you enjoy a challenge? Are you a problem solver? Would you like to serve and protect your community? Then consider the Public Safety and Law Pathway at Prince George's Community College. This pathway prepares you for careers in law enforcement, corrections, fire science, emergency medical services, forensic science, the court system, and other legal settings.
Well, we have associate degree programs in criminal justice, forensic science, the paralegal program, and those all lead to careers in law enforcement, forensic science, or those who may want to work in the legal or judicial system in local, state, and federal courts.
Courses offered in the Public Safety and Law Pathway focus on concepts, theories, and practices of policing, investigation, forensic science, and law.
When you get into the programmatic courses, it depends on what program you're in. If it's criminal justice, then you're going to start getting those intro to criminal justice courses, crime scene investigation, community policing, juvenile delinquency. On the fire side, if a student wants to volunteer with a company in Prince George's County or one of the surrounding jurisdictions, they can do that, and then they come here to get their gen ed courses and a couple of other specialized courses.
This pathway provides hands-on training and prepares students for these types of jobs.
Some of my students are currently employed with law enforcement agencies, the courts, and some are even continuing their academic journey.
Excellent. Now that we have some background on this pathway, let's welcome two special guests we have joining us today, Mr. Percel Alston and Mr. Henry White. They'll be sharing valuable information and insight into the Public Safety and Law Pathway. Gentlemen, welcome to Pathways to PGCC.
Thanks for having me.
Thank you.
All right. And I would like to also invite our online guests to post their questions in the chat while we're speaking, and we will answer them at the end of our segment. So now let's begin with you, Mr. Alston.
Thank you, Marquino. Approximately 36 years ago, I began my journey as a police officer in Prince George's County. And for 24 of those years, I was able to serve and protect my community. And that led me to the position that I currently hold as chair of the Public Safety and Law Department here at the college. I'm extremely proud to work with the faculty and staff of our department, most of whom have served or currently serve as law enforcement officers, forensic evidence technicians, attorneys, and even a judge. Our faculty have real life experience and institutional knowledge, which makes them the best at what they do. Our task is to lead and prepare the next generation of public safety workers, be it a firefighter, police officer, attorney, paralegal, or evidence technician. They are all part of an honorable profession that is critical to the safety, health, and success of our communities. The Public Safety and Law Department currently offers 6 credit programs and a police academy. We have a Criminal Justice Associate of Arts degree, which is our transfer option, and it's 60 credits. And generally in this program, you'll take fewer criminal justice specific courses and more general studies courses. And then you're able to transfer to a 4-year institution, and you're set up to achieve your Bachelor of Arts degree at that institution. Currently, we have agreements with University of Maryland Global Campus, Bowie State University, and others in the area. We also have a Criminal Justice Associate of Applied Science degree, which is 60 credits. And generally, we call this our terminal program, in that our students are not necessarily going to transfer to a 4-year institution. Well, now, this doesn't say that you can't take those courses and apply them if you decide to go on to another college or institution, but it's not set up to obtain the criminal justice degree. We have a Fire Science Associate of Applied Science degree, which is a 60 credit program. And these courses are taught at the Maryland Fire and Rescue Institute at the University of Maryland. And you must be employed by the County Fire EMS Department while you're in this program. We have a Forensic Science Associate of Science program, which is a 60 credit program. And that's taught primarily at this point by a professor who served as a evidence technician for Baltimore County Police Department, as well as our associate dean, who was also an evidence technician with Baltimore County Police Department. We have a paralegal and legal assistant associate of applied science program, which is 60 credits. And we have a paralegal legal assistant certificate program, which is half of that. It's 30 credits. Now, a lot of people ask about the certificate program, and once you complete that, are you now certified to become a paralegal? No. There's no nationally recognized board that provides certification to become a paralegal. So this just provides you with a certificate of completion here at the college. And then finally, we have a police academy, which is a 26-week full-time program, which upon completion provides certification to become a police officer here in the state of Maryland, and you're certified by the Maryland Police and Correctional Training Commissions. And upon completion, you're eligible to become hired as a police officer in the state of Maryland by any agency. We have completed an articulation with the college, and that graduates who successfully complete our academy will receive 32 credits that they can apply towards obtaining their associate's degree or any degree moving forward. You must apply directly with the police academy in order to be considered for a position in our academy sessions. Okay. We also have articulation agreements with the Prince George's County Corrections, and they receive 9 credits when they complete their entry-level training. The Prince George's County Police Department and any law enforcement agency in the state who is certified by the Maryland Police and Correctional Training Commissions will also receive 32 credits upon completion of their academies. And then the Prince George's County Fire EMS receives 18 credits upon completion of their entry-level training. Any of the students who complete those academies should bring their transcripts from the academies to Ms. Frances Brown in admissions and records. And as I talked about working in law enforcement in this area, I've worked with many of our faculty and staff here. One of our adjuncts and I attended the police academy in 1984 together. But right now, I'd like to turn the mic and the camera over to Professor Henry White, who we served as police officers in Prince George's County several years ago. Henry?
Hello, everyone, and thank you for the introduction, Mr. Alston. I started my pathway, or some would say my academic journey, here at Prince George's Community College. After graduating, I went on to complete a bachelor's degree. Then I joined the Prince George's County Police Department. My education allowed me the opportunity to work in numerous departments and divisions within the agency. For instance, I've worked as an investigative supervisor, serving as a special assistant to numerous chiefs of police, an accident reconstructionist, to assisting with creating Prince George's County's first Office of Homeland Security. I would say for those pursuing a degree in the criminal justice field, it can provide a solid and rewarding opportunities and a wide range of career paths. Students who pursue a criminal justice major can find work in both the public and private sectors, or go on to further their education, which allows the greatest flexibility when deciding on the right career. Some of my students have gone on to work for local police departments, for instance, the Prince George's County Police Department, the Sheriff Department, and municipal police departments. On the state level, some have gone to work for Maryland State Police. And on the federal level, U.S. Secret Service, U.S. Marshals Departments, and the U.S. Department of Treasury. There are a list of them. The list can continue to go on. And for those who are really not sure on what the components of the criminal justice system entails, they include law enforcement, the court system, and corrections. Each part of the system works together in order to form the criminal justice system to ensure that the laws are upheld and criminals are fairly judged and sentenced for their crimes. In conclusion, you would definitely get a true understanding of the criminal justice system here at Prince George's Community College, because our colleagues are not only academically prepared, they have also worked in the field. And there's no better learning than a shared experience and along with a solid academic foundation.
Thank you so much, Chair Alston and Professor White, for sharing such insightful information and giving us real examples of how students can navigate various programs in this pathway. And now, viewers, it's time for us to respond to your questions in the chat. So what additional information would you like to learn? Place your questions in the chat and we'll post them and respond. So let's hear from you. All right, our first question. Can programs be completed entirely online?
I'll take that one, Professor White. We have 4 programs that can be completed entirely online. Our Criminal Justice Associate of Arts degree and our Criminal Justice Associate of Applied Science degrees can be completed entirely online. Our Paralegal Associate of Applied Science can be completed online, and our Paralegal Certificate program can be completed entirely online. You know, while we are still hoping to return to a face-to-face offerings, we love the fact that students are able to take advantage of these 4 programs and complete them entirely online.
And that is excellent because it offers a lot of flexibility for students out there that they're especially looking for during this pandemic. So that is excellent. All right. Our second question, does the paralegal certificate program provide me certification to become a paralegal?
And as I mentioned earlier, Marquino, it does not. It gives you a certificate. So it provides an academic certificate upon the completion of that 30 credit program. There is no nationally recognized board that provides certification to become a paralegal. I like to say that these 2 programs provide a great foundation or building blocks to become a paralegal, a legal assistant, or potentially for those who are interested in becoming an attorney, you know, if they further their academic studies. Thank you.
Excellent. Thank you for that. I was just about to ask about the potential to further their studies and you know, what they could do in the future. So that is an excellent path to follow. All right. So we have a question here from Ms. Crenshaw. Which program better prepares students to be a lawyer, criminal justice or paralegal studies?
I can take that one, Henry.
Sure, sure.
I think that both of the programs do that. Becoming an attorney, the criminal justice courses that you take, um, and the paralegal courses that you could take, once again, both provide a foundation for additional courses or courses that you will take when you get into law school. Um, the classes that I took in the police academy are classes that parlay, and we see them taught again here on the college setting, and then would be transferred to a 4-year institution, graduate school, or to law school. So they are all intermingled, and I think the criminal justice program and the paralegal program both provide a good foundation for students who would choose to follow that career path.
And Mr. Austin, can I add something to that comment regarding that? I had two business students who needed electives, and they took 2 criminal justice classes from me. They're now at the University of Maryland in their law school. One has the hope to maybe being as they call it, a forensic accounting attorney, and the other one wants to be a lawyer. And their intentions were just to take a couple of classes, and that was their pathway. Now they want to be lawyers just by taking those particular intro classes.
Professor White, you've got to be some professor to pull them on over into your area.
Hey, look, I made it quite, it was a very engaging class, and they wanted to make a difference in our community, and they felt law was the way to do it, justice.
And this is a place to start. Thank you. Our next question, how long are the programs? So I think that was touched on briefly earlier by you, Mr. Alston, but any one of you can take this and elaborate on it a little bit more to give a better idea.
As far as length in our credit side programs, it depends on how motivated you are. Taking courses during the semester, students that take courses during the summer, and continue their education can complete that in 2 years. And the police academy is approximately 6 months long, and there's no shortening or lengthening that. That's a specified amount of courses and objectives that have to be met within those 6 months.
And just to add it to it, I teach mainly in the daytime. Most of my students are just out of high schools, so they have the opportunity to complete it in time, anywhere from 24 months to possibly 36 months. And we have the dual enrollment agreements for high schools, and those students are on track to complete very early. So as Mr. Austin alluded to, it depends on the individual. We have a very flexible program, and our goal here at Prince George Community College is to make sure that everyone obtains their degree who starts our program.
Excellent. All right. I'm a veteran. Can I use my military experience to apply for the police academy?
Absolutely. So your your military experience, when we're looking at applications, we definitely give preference to those who have served in the military. We're getting ready to start a police academy class in May this year, and the applicants that I've spoken to, I let them know that I'm going to lean on them should they be accepted into the academy. They have the military bearing and discipline. They know how to brace. They know how to wear their uniforms and blouse the shirts, and they can assist the other students. So they have a lot of experience that they can bring to the police academy. And of course, as you know, and people do know that the technical aspect of what we do in the military is completely different from what we do in law enforcement. So I ask that those in the military come to the academy with an empty cup, and they're willing and ready to learn. So, but I truly value and appreciate those who have served our country, and we definitely look at those applicants favorably in our academy.
Thank you for answering that. Is the Police Academy a college degree program? And can I get financial aid?
I'll take that, Henry. Yes, you can apply for financial aid, and you can also utilize veterans benefits. We have several veterans in our academy classes who utilize their veterans benefits and apply for financial aid. So just like any other course at the college, you can, most of the other college courses on college, on campus, you can apply for financial aid. So you can do that, yes.
Excellent. So I do have a question. Are there any existing partnerships or any sort of connections with any of the programs that are housed within the PGCPS system at any of the local high schools for students that may have started a path in their high school career and they want to continue with PGCC? Or if there's nothing now, is that something that could potentially come into play in the future?
Henry, I'm going to start on that, and then I'll ask you to talk about some of your dual enrolled students.
Sure, sure.
So we're currently working with the public school system on a public safety academy. And I hope I'm not speaking too prematurely, but we're working on this in the next few years, putting this in place to have students begin taking some of the criminal justice courses at this point. And we're looking at potentially adding some other programs to that. But that's one of the programs that we are working on right now with the public school system. And Henry?
Okay, I don't want to identify any schools. I don't want to get them incorrect, but I have a lot of dual enrollment students in my online and when we had face-to-face participating. They've been very successful. It's apparent that the college and these high schools have some form of agreement where those students will take their classes early at the high school and come finish them out at the college.
Excellent. Thank you both. All right, so we have another question. What are the types of resources that are used in the criminal justice program, like textbooks, etc.?
I can touch on that. We use several sources. We give the students the flexibility. What's the best modality for them to learn? We have what they call OERs, which is open educational resources. Those are classes where the student doesn't need to buy a textbook. Everything is embedded in the course. We use the general textbook. That's just where the student purchased the textbook, whether it's digital or hard copy. I use a format which I find to be very effective, and it keeps up to date with the information. And it's a digital format, and it allows the student interactive learning, the flexibility of using their mobile devices for those who have busy lifestyles. And so there are different modalities or different technologies that allow the student to learn.
Thank you. Are there scholarships for these types of programs?
Henry, do you want to take that, or?
I'll allow you. I know was it the John Armour Inger? I'm probably pronouncing it incorrectly, but you know what I'm referring to.
Yeah, John Armiger Scholarship.
Yes.
Yeah, there are several scholarships available. And through advising, we can let you know what those are. And we pass those along through our faculty to the students when they're enrolled in classes, so they know how to apply and where to apply. For the Police Academy, we just created a scholarship for a deserving police recruit in our last academy class, and we were able to award that to a recruit who's now gainfully employed at a local municipality. And my conversations with the chief is that he's doing an excellent job, and so we're really proud of him.
Excellent. And I do have another question. Are there any potential job placement or job placement assistance opportunities or internship opportunities directly connected with your pathway and any of the local municipalities? I almost mispronounced that word. But are there any opportunities for students to take advantage of those?
There are some opportunities. Of course, we were challenged last year because of the pandemic, but I'd say this semester we'll probably have more internships than I've seen since I've been serving here as the chair, which is a good thing to see. But we have students apply with the College Central Network, where they can check resources there to see businesses and corporations that have had partnerships with the college, to see what's available for an internship. We ask that the students secure their own internships and go out and find their own partnerships and businesses, and then set that up with us to complete the internship course. We work very closely with the municipal agencies and agencies around the state. We have partnerships and we're on committees with the various agencies. So they are always contacting us looking for students in the academy, for recent graduates, for graduates of the academy. I just got an email this morning from a chief who wants to put 4 recruits in our academy class, our upcoming academy class. I've talked to other chiefs that want to do the same. So as far as referring recruits, we put that on their shelf. That's for them to do. But we'll support them, in their endeavors to become a police officer. And we have relationships with, the state's attorney in Prince George's County, the now county executive, several law firms throughout the state, and like I said, police departments and agencies. So we can make introductions and work with those other businesses to try to provide opportunities for our students. And we think that's very important, and we really like to see that.
And just to add to Mr. Austin's comment in reference relationships with other agencies, I have relationships with Secret Service recruitment, Prince George's County Sheriff Department, the police department, and they come in on occasion to do guest speaking. Department of Natural Resources, police come in and do guest speaking. So we help our students when it comes to seeking employment.
Excellent. So lots of opportunities. So we did have a question, and I know Mr. Alston, you touched on it really quickly earlier, but if you can briefly talk about transferability of credits to other institutions in the state and outside of the state.
So we have agreements with several universities and institutions within the state. So with our AA programs, the courses will transfer to a 4-year college or university. As I stated, they contain less criminal justice courses because you'll take more of those courses once you transfer to the institution during your junior and senior year. It will include more general studies courses, general education courses that'll count towards your bachelor's degree. There may be other institutions in the state, outside of the state, that will take your credits once they review the program, the course, as you apply it towards a degree at their college or university. So I hope that answers that.
Thank you, sir. Definitely. So you've definitely shown us that your academic career as a student does not have to stop at PGCC. You can become employed, but you could definitely further it. And last question, can I use my GI Bill to pay for the police academy specifically, or do I need to use my financial aid?
No, absolutely. You can use your GI Bill, Veterans Affairs. We have a Veterans Affairs unit here on campus, and we work closely with Veterans Affairs to make sure that our veterans who are in the police academy, we make sure that they're followed throughout their tenure in the police academy to make sure everything's successfully completed and that they receive the benefits that they have earned serving in the military.
Excellent. Well, thank you so much, Mr. Alston and Mr. White, for joining us today and providing such a detailed walkthrough of the public safety and law pathway. We appreciate you so much. Thank you both.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you, Mr. Stewart.
All right, today we've gotten valuable information about the opportunities available through the public safety and law pathway. For more information, please contact them during their office hours posted on the screen and by emailing their embedded advisor at psladvising@pgcc.edu. For Police Academy information, please contact policeacademy@pgcc.edu. We're here to support you on your new journey. You can find more information about our pathways at www.pgcc.edu/pathways. In the description box and scrolling below, you'll find our email address to contact us. Email us at apply@pgcc.edu, and a coordinator of recruitment will be in contact with you to assist you through the enrollment steps. A big thank you to our guests, PGCC TV, and the recruitment staff in the chat and behind the scenes. And don't forget, if you would like more information about admissions at Prince George's Community College, email us at apply@pgcc.edu and let us know that you tuned in today. Thank you for watching, and be sure to look out for our next Pathways to PGCC, where we will introduce a new topic. With over 100 programs, rolling admissions, and multiple start dates, getting started has never been easier. When life changes, your goals don't have to.
When life changes, your goals don't have to. Register now for classes at Prince George's Community College. Learn something new, change your career. We're here for you. PGCC offers hundreds of online courses to fit your schedule. Earn credits toward a degree. Upgrade your job skills to increase your income. Full tuition and scholarships available. We're here for you. Register at pgcc.edu/now.